Yeah, Logan yesterday went 71-73. Pretty consistent, even par.
And he's got another solid round going today. 6 straight pars to start things out.
Shockingly, parred both times here yesterday also. Yeah, Logan's spying it down here, and he had 2 pars, but he had, I've got him as he was just 6 foot high on the morning round and 3 foot short on the afternoon round, so really had 2 makeable birdie opportunities in his 2 pars. Bringing it in a little low today, starting it straight at it. And you see, and again, it does not quite back down as much as I thought there, but he'll have a good look at it, almost a straight putt. We'll get to see the break of it. Next on the tee for Louisville, and I know I've got it here as I flip my page, John Murphy. John's the sophomore from Kinsale, Ireland. We spoke of yesterday a couple of times.
Parred here twice yesterday.
Went 69-74. He had a couple of longer putts at about a 25-footer and a 14-footer as he came through, but went 69-74 in his 2 rounds. So the was hot early, and he's bringing it in from his left to right. And it stays.
Talk about being hot early. He birdied number 1 and number 2 today. He's since given those back with a bogey at the par 5 third and the par 4 fifth hole. So he was even par through the first 6. And this is going to be McCain Shellhart for UMKC, sophomore from Edmond, Oklahoma.
McCain also had 2 pars coming through here yesterday. One was off the fringe and one was from a long putt, so he did good to get his 2 pars. Had to scramble on both of them. Went 71 in the morning round and 74 in the afternoon round.
A lot of people birdieing number 1 today. He had a birdie there, but since then, 3 bogeys in his next 5 holes.
Starting it out from his left.
Flirting with the back edge, only about 4 feet from the bunker, but he did stay up.
Yep.
And he's right there on the fringe, and actually it's a pretty decent area
to run at it.
Yeah, to come back at it, as long as you keep your speed. You don't go well past, because then the green sort of falls away from you after the pin from where he is. We'll remind everybody, if you're just joining us, we're at the 33rd Annual Louisiana Classics Collegiate Golf Tournament here at Oakbourne Country Club in Lafayette. Tournament hosted by the University of Louisiana Ragin Cajuns for the past 32 years. We are honored and pleased to be along with you to bring you, some of the action here from the 9th hole. And again, if as conditions do permit and as time permits, we'll try to slide over after our lead groups and the local Ragin Cajun team comes through here at 9. We'll try to slide over and give you some bonus coverage, as the network folks would say, from the 18th hole, and try to get the lead groups coming in to finishing up.
Well, and we've seen, yesterday we got to see everybody twice. Today, we talked about it on yesterday's broadcast. We didn't know how many of the groups we would see as we try and make the move, but we will see just about everybody again today. We're going to miss a couple of them there towards the end. I think we're going to miss Toledo, UTSA, and Mississippi State.
And it's all just because of the way the teams fall in the standings. They fell 10, 11, and 12 as far as the team race after the first day, and it's just it's the way it fell. That's why we tried to do everybody at least twice yesterday.
Yeah, just logistically, we'd like to move over and get the leaders coming in, so we won't be able to give you a complete final, but get as close as we can at the time. And while the guys are walking to their balls, let me kind of mention a quick thank you to the Oakbourne Country Club staff with Greg Klemp, the general manager, and his staff, his chef, Jim Savoy.
I talked to Jim Savoy this morning. What a good guy he is.
He did good. And I saw Mr. Ronald Scott, the food and beverage director, also this morning, and his right-hand man, Jacoby Angel, in there. And all the ladies in the wait staff, really take care. I saw Miss Charlene, and she was talking about how much she just just loves the players. She said it's so much fun to have the guys in. They're so polite. They're yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir. They're respectful to the staff. And, when you give your club up for 5 days, and that's basically what happens here, is that the course is given to the university for 5 days, and the club and the members give it up. You want the guys to appreciate it, and I think they do. The club pro, Cliff Wagner, is the head pro, and his staff, Robbie Fox.
Prince of a human being.
Yeah, he likes that when you say that.
Well, it's the truth.
And Joy Wood Savage, the assistant pro in there. And then I can't say enough about Jason Barra and Kelly Taylor, the guys who handle the grounds and stuff. Jason and Kelly do a fantastic job, and got an inch, 1.6 inches of rain right before the tournament started yesterday, the night before the Sunday night. So I had to play lift, clean, and replace yesterday. And Dan will explain as we go through. But
there are a lot. Yeah, there are a lot of courses that we would not have played golf yesterday.
Well, we talked to one of the guys, one of the local club pros, who had to shut down his whole back nine yesterday. He just said that there was just no way. He said it was one thing to anticipate a rainstorm. He didn't anticipate that much in that short a time, and it just we've already got a lot of water in the area.
This is McCain Shellhart, just off the back edge. Sophomore from Edmond, Oklahoma. You can see it took a little hop right when he hit it.
God, just missed it on the high side of cell. Ran it past just a little bit.
Yeah, as the cliche goes, there's still a little meat left on that one, as we've already had 2 bogeys and a triple out of the first 6 players. So we know this is not an easy pin location. That we're going to have some birdies, but not that many. We're going to have a lot of bogeys and double bogeys today, just because of where that pin location is. This is Alvaro Carroll.
Oh, Logan Lockwood.
Oh, I'm sorry, Logan Lockwood. Alvaro in the last group. Yep. Logan's a sophomore from Van, Texas.
Yeah, you see him anticipating a little more breakout. Came through Van on I-20 last Wednesday and Thursday, heading up to Dallas and back. Let me tell you, they got some water running up there that they didn't anticipate. Memphis' John Murphy will be next. The sophomore from Ireland, as we mentioned earlier.
From Kinsale, Ireland, southern part of the country.
I asked you yesterday how you know Ireland, and I just didn't realize. I hadn't read the bio, but it says southern.
That too.
Shocking, they missed it on the high side.
And a lot of players, again, they're having trouble reading here, and I don't know if it's just because the greens are still holding a lot of moisture, but we haven't seen anybody run in anything over more than 3 feet.
Yep.
Of course, we're early. This is just the 3rd group that's come through.
But by yesterday at this time, we had already seen a 35-footer.
Yep. And Shellhart's going to take a 3-putt. That's now 3 straight bogeys for Missouri, Kansas City. They came in 9th place out of the 15-team field, so pretty much middle, standing right in the middle of the pack. But
for a northern team, though, they're playing well. And but you mentioned the 3 bogeys. I mean, those count towards the team score, and that's what happens. That's how you kind of lose a little ground.
And Logan Lockwood also can't finish up there. A lot of players having a lot of trouble making putts here so far.
Short putts.
Yeah. I mean, makeable.
Just don't have the pace on it. They're running that first putt by. And
putts that you think you're going to make 8 out of 10 times.
Yeah. See if John can get us a little par out of this group. There we go.
3 straight pars for the Louisville Cardinal here on number 9. And now Shellhart will try to finish up his. McCain was 4th in the WAC Conference Championship last year. Shot a 66 in the last round. So, I mean, he's very capable of throwing up a really good score. He averaged 74.5 last year as a freshman. So our number 3 players for these 3 teams have completed their front side, and they'll be headed over to the back. And quickly we will go back to the tee, and Paul Folke of Missouri, Kansas City, who remembers this one yesterday, hit in the water, ended up taking a double bogey in the afternoon round.